Hi friends! I hope that everyone's having a great day. Today's Swap This for That, I want to talk a little bit about carbohydrates and different types of carbohydrates and just some easy swaps that you can make to just make the foods that you're putting into your body a little bit healthier. I think that just making these small steps over time is going to lead to big changes. So I want to kind of talk about the areas of pasta, crackers, and bread. I think that those are the three main sources of probably unhealthy carbohydrates that a lot of us are eating on a day-to-day basis, and I think that it's just causing a lot of different health issues that we may or may not be aware of. So the way that it works is anytime we eat a refined carbohydrate, so something like white bread or white pasta or a pretzel or something like that, or a bagel, anything, what happens is, I like to call it the glycemic roller coaster. We spike our blood sugar super high up, so we go to like the very top of the roller coaster, and as you all know, when you go up a roller coaster, the next thing that happens is you're gonna crash back down, and that's why a lot of times people experience after they've eaten something like a refined carbohydrate, they feel low energy levels, they feel sluggish, they start craving even more refined carbohydrates because they crash so low that their bodies are like, help us, we need to get back up just to a normal level, feed us carbs, because carbs are gonna give them that quick energy. And people kind of just get on that glycemic roller coaster and they have a really hard time getting off of it. I think that most Americans are on the glycemic roller coaster, and it's just really unfortunate because I think that a lot of symptoms that people are experiencing, they've just chalked it up to, oh, I guess it's just how we feel, when really we could change those symptoms based on what we're putting into our mouths. I think that we weren't designed to feel crummy all the time. We weren't designed to have low energy levels all the time. We weren't designed to have skin issues and eczema and crazy cravings all the time. When we're fueling our bodies the right way, we're going to be functioning in the right way, and that's just, I feel like, the truth of how it all works. So some of the easy swaps that I like to make, we're gonna start with pasta. So instead of getting like a just normal enriched wheat flour or enriched white flour pasta to make your spaghetti with or whatever you're making, go ahead and one step above that, I feel like, would be to get some type of a like plant-based quinoa, corn / lentil. There's all sorts of different options nowadays. I've seen so many different things that are alternatives to pasta that are still going to get you around the same taste. This is one of my favorites. The Ancient Harvest brand is one of my favorite brands for finding pasta alternatives. We just ate it last night, so I don't actually have them in here, but this one's really cool. The only ingredients are organic corn flour, organic quinoa flour, and then dried organic spinach, beets, and red bell pepper. So that's awesome, super clean. They don't have any like dyes to make the noodles a certain color. It hasn't been processed a ton, so I love this. It also has 4 grams of fiber per serving. Anytime you're looking at something that has carbohydrates in it, you want to make sure that it also has a high amount of fiber, shooting for like 4 to 8 grams of fiber per serving, if not more. That should be kind of the bare minimum, because what the fiber is going to do is it's going to, instead of your blood sugars just shooting straight up to the top of that roller coaster, it's gonna be more of a slow climb, and you might not get all the way up there. It's gonna kind of just slow down the spiking of the blood sugar in your body, so you're not gonna experience a lot of those negative symptoms that you might experience when you don't have any fiber. So yeah, I love red lentil pasta. I love these veggie curls. Like I said, there's so many different options out there. I've seen edamame pasta. Just starting to make simple changes like that is one step better. If you want to do even one step better than that, doing spiralized vegetables is of course an amazing option for a pasta alternative. Or if you want to do half and half, maybe you're going to do spiralized vegetables and then half of these or something like that. Just kind of starting to work your way towards healthier options if you are currently feeling like you're kind of addicted to carbs, because that's a real thing. Just look up like, can I become addicted to carbs? And they show brain scans of people who are on cocaine versus people who are eating super high refined carbohydrate and high sugar diets, and it's really scary. high sugar and high carb is basically the same exact thing, especially if you're eating carbs that are not super good for you, like those white refined carbs. If we eat an excess amount of those carbs in our body only needs a certain amount. And so after our body uses up all the glucose that it needs for our energy levels and different just bodily functions, what happens is our body starts to convert those carbs into glucose, which just is stored as sugar, which turns into fat in our body. And so it just wreaks all sorts of havoc. So next up I want to talk about crackers. So throw away those Ritz crackers. Those are doing nobody any good, absolutely no good. They have processed ingredients. Most crackers out there that you're finding on the store shelves do. What I love to eat is these Mary's Gone crackers. The herb flavor is my favorite. These are made up of 5 different whole grain brown rice, whole grain quinoa, brown flax seeds, brown sesame seeds, filtered water, garlic, herbs, sea salt, and wheat-free tamari. And so the ingredients are super, super clean in these. I love dipping them in hummus, and these are a great option. Again, for these, they have 3 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein, so that's going to slow down the spiking of your blood sugars. When it comes to bread, I think that bread is one of those things that, I don't know, we don't really need to eat bread. I know that some people are like, oh my gosh, I could never not eat bread. But I think that just the more you do it, now when I like go to In-N-Out or go to any burger place or anything like that, I feel like the bread would almost ruin the burger because now I'm so used to eating it wrapped in lettuce. So bread alternatives, just going lettuce wrapped wherever you can instead of getting a bun. That's step 1. I feel like that can make a drastic difference in the amount of carbs that you're consuming. You can also toast like sweet potatoes. I've seen people slice sweet potatoes, put it in the toaster, and have that as their bun or as their bread. There's these things called Gigi crackers that are amazing. They are super, super low carb. They have tons and tons of fiber. You can put eggs on top of them instead of bread. And if you do use bread, just making sure that like Ezekiel brand bread is a great brand. If you are going to actually eat toast, it's made with sprouted grains and it has a little bit extra fiber and doesn't have any of those highly processed carbohydrates that are like stripping the wheat of their actual nutrients. So there's lots of different alternatives for bread out there, but I think that bread's one of those things where we've kind of just believed that we need it in our lives, and we don't really need any of this stuff, to be honest. I think that if we were to just simplify what we're eating, we would find it so much easier to eat clean if we were just to eat a meat and vegetables and fruit and then seeds and nuts, and that's it. That's all that we really need. And maybe some carbs here and there, like some grains like oatmeal or brown rice or quinoa and stuff like that. But I hope that today was helpful. I always find that it's helpful for me just to kind of understand what's happening when I'm consuming something, and realizing that the benefits aren't just, okay, eating carbs is going to make me gain weight versus not gain weight. Eating carbs is having such an impact on how I feel on a moment-to-moment basis. My energy levels, how I'm sleeping, what I'm craving, my mood swings, all of that different stuff is affected by what we're putting into our mouths. And so if we can just start to make better decisions on those levels, I think that it's going to make such a huge impact in our lives. All right, I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll talk soon.